Hello and welcome back to Normal Guy Games. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. So we are now delving, to Scenario 3 or Episode 3 of the Mysticum Ordinim's venture into the Valon Pass. So I'm looking at my notes here. Let me just go over what happened. Last time we cleared out a camp of bandits at this bandit camp over here. And we'll pull that up real quick. Okay, so right now we've been kind of focused on this particular area. Right, so last time we cleared out this bandit camp successfully and no casualties. I'm sure the dice are going to turn against me at some point, so I'm waiting for that. But we also discovered, so this time around, we're traveling, and we are going from Cargos to the Church of the Obsidian Lady here near Raylan Village, because there is a delve that was just discovered, and we're going to take a swipe at that and see what happens. Now, of course, this is going to be a delve, and I will get it right this time, I promise. So there are going to be restrictions on the amount of movement that you can make, and on the firing distance as well. And I'm going to try and observe that. And you know that's most of what I missed last time. So at the start of this adventure, we are currently sitting at 5 gold marks, 4 story points, and 10 adventure points. And as you can see here, we have an old ruin here on the left, and that is an unexplored location that I discovered while I was traveling to the Church of the Obsidian Lady here next to Raylan Village. So without further ado, we're going to delve into the church catacombs. Okay, here we go. Once again, the Mysticum Ordinem finds themselves in an odd situation. We are in a delve, and this is our starting location here. As you can see, Whisper, the Quiet Forester, is our scout who moved the initial 4. And here is the overview of the map. We have 5 rooms, counting the initial starting room. I did roll up an unknown enemy marker for the scenario, and that in particular was, here we go, the foe lurks. You can feel their presence in the gloom. Place an additional unknown enemy marker at the center of the table during step 4. So I rolled randomly on the other 4 rooms because obviously there's not going to be any starting within my room here. So I used a D4, ended up rolling 1 here. Actually, I'm going to split these up into 2 groups a little bit better here. This was room 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I ended up rolling room 2 and room 4 for my 2 groups here. And as you can see, I've got these are the eternal guards, so to speak. So I'm using a couple of those and a couple of other larger models. And we're going to start this off. We're going to first off go with the initiative roll. So let's do this. All right, initiative for round 1. Not bad, not bad. So we have 1s and 2s. I'm going to assign this 6 to the Fey Blood. And then she has to assign that to someone else. So we have potentially a couple of people going first here. So let's get her started. Now, I haven't been able to find in the book so far if opening a door is an extra action. So I'm just going to assume it can be part of my move. And I'm going to have Vandra come up and open this fun door here, which gives us line of sight to the unknown enemy. So let's roll up some unknown enemies. All right, so rolling for on the enemy numbers table here, 4. So we have 3 unknown enemies. 3! Okay, here we go. 3. On the lurking foes table, we're going to do... Whoop, try that again. That is 78. Oh my goodness, that cannot be good. Tomb Shades! Oh boy. Alright, well at least it's appropriate. So, ghost-like visages that cling to the last places of the living world. Their attacks are accompanied by bone-chilling howls. Wonderful. They are undead, regeneration, and terrifying. The Eternal Guard, it says here, a grim-faced oath of eternal service to a long-forgotten master still echoes when these warriors challenge an intruder. Every time a warband member becomes a casualty for any reason, place a tomb shade in the place they fell. The shade cannot act this battle round. It's undead and counterattacks. So, whew, alright, so, oops, dropped my dice. All of these foes are definitely dangerous. So, one thing I forgot to roll was the leadership, and I ended up rolling a unique foe and a grim knight. So, I'm going to use the watch captain here from Cursed City as my grim knight, and I'm going to reposition the forces I've got here. We have our tomb shades in the center here, and Vandra is going to take a shot. So, as always, with Vandra, it is +2 combat with a longbow. And, oh, let me check and make sure he is within the requisite 8 inches, which I'm pretty sure he is. Oh yeah, he's good. So he's going to try for this one here on the side. So we're going to take a shot. That is definitely a hit. And for the tomb shades, they do not have armor. Yeah, they do. Their armor is 2. Oh goodness. No penetration on armor. Okay. So that is Vandra. We are going to do Whisper next. So Whisper is just going to reposition here and take a shot at the same one. Okay, and her shots are unlimited in range and +1 to shoot with her +1 combat, so she's getting a +2. That is a hit, and armor. And that is a hit on armor and toughness. Alright, she takes him out. Very good. So first blood goes to, once again, Whisper, the Quiet Forester. That's amazing. Okay, I have 2 more people that can go first. That would be Rosalind and Graven. And I think what we're going to have Rosalind do, since we're moving at 1 inch less than usual, she can only move 3 inches. And she can't dash because we're in a delve. So I'm just going to have her move up and just sit in the door. She does not have any ranged weapons, so she's just going to have to hang there. And Graven. So the thing is, since we're in this delve and we're using a lurking foe, if he uses magic, there is a chance that he could attract another enemy. So I'm going to have him pull out his self bow, and I'm going to have him take a shot. So here we go, self bow. That's a miss. Oh no! Not only is it a miss, he also runs out of ammo. Wondrous. Alright, well, I'll have him move up his 3, just so he can get over here a little closer. Okay, well that is the first round, and now it's the enemy's turn. Alright, all movement is reduced by 1. So both of the tomb shades, of course, are going to go for the door, and they cannot quite get there just yet, which is actually a good thing. Now, the other 2 groups, we're going to have these guys patrol first. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is number 6? Oh, and 6. 6 is over here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's how we're going to do this. So they're going for 5. All right. Well, they will, of course, be able to walk 3, which is enough for this guy to come here and open the door. And not only open the door, but get through said door by just a hair. All right. So they are now aware because there's obviously combat going on here. And these, first off, they're going for 1, 2, 3. So, I mean, regardless, they're going to be headed for this door. So 3. And I need the stats for the Grim Knight. The Grim Knight moves 5, so he can move 4 up to here. He can't quite reach the door yet, and that is enemy movement. So we'll move on to Bork and Leliana. With Bork and Leliana, Leliana is down to a 4-inch move. So she is just going to crowd in here right behind Rosalind, and Bork is down to a 3-inch move, so he is just going to crowd in here right behind Leliana. And neither of them have a ranged weapon. Actually, I'm sorry, I bought a self bow, so I gave Bork a self bow. So he can only move half of his move, so I'm going to actually kind of scoop Graven over a little bit. Set him right about there, because that'll be about half his movement. And is he within 8 to... Yes, he is. So he's going to take a shot at this guy back here. So he is obscured, so this is going to be a 6 up. Nothing. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. Interesting question. I wonder if Bork could potentially pass his self bow and his quote-unquote quiver to Graven. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to ask that in the Discord. Round 2. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I'll assign this 6 to the Fablehead. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. She does have to give that to one other person. So I think I will give that to Whisper, since Whisper seems to be my MVP. So she's the only one going first this round. For the first shot, we're going to have Whisper, who is here, take a shot at this guy in the back. Let's see, she would need a 5 up, so with a +2, that would do it. And then armor. And Tomb, yep. Tomb Shade's armor is 2. Toughness of 4. So she... Well, she meets the toughness, but undead can't be stunned. I don't think she damages. I'm going to look that up real quick. Okay, so the Tomb Shade is wounded, but cannot be stunned. So we're going to mark that one as wounded. And there we go. Okay, moving on to the enemies. First off, the closest Tomb Shade is going to move in here. Now these guys have a big base. They can't quite fit in the door. And he is going to attack Rosalind. So let's do some exchanges. All right, first exchange. White is my guys and black is the Tomb Shade. Now Rosalind is hitting on a +0. She has not gotten any combat skill yet. But the Tomb Shades are hitting on a +1. So here we go. Well, that meets, so the defender gets pushed back 1 inch. And this Tomb Shade is going to move up behind, but can't quite get in there. And that does, let's move said camera to have a look at what's going on here. Alright, so that is my only, that's my only action we can do now. But the Eternal Guard they are going to move 3 towards the action. And they're going to file in here. There we go. And then these guys, of course, since this guy moves 4, he will be able to open the door and move on through. So now all enemies are aware, and we are in trouble, definitely. So here we go. Well, so we've already gone with Whisper. So we're going to take the preen, and the preen is actually going to move back and take a shot at this lead wraith here. So here we go. That is a 3 plus 2. That's a 5. That hits. Armor of 2. That gets it. Toughness. Oh, straight up off he goes. Very cool. All right, so that's that. And let's see, Whisper's gone, Vondra has gone. We're going to have Bork take a shot. Oh, Bork here. And that is not enough because Bork does not have any combat. All right, and we'll have Bork actually move up just a little bit. And then I think we're going to have to engage in some melee. So Leliana does not exactly have, well, I mean, she's good at combat. We're going to have her move up here on top of this chair that's been toppled over, and she is going to take a swipe at the wraith, the tomb shade. So let's do some exchanges. First exchange, that she would win that one. Does not get the armor. Second exchange, the wraith gets it. Third exchange, she would win that one because of the fact that she has a +2 to her combat and it only has a +1. So, armor, good. And toughness, not good. Their toughness is 4. Okay. Oh, yeah. One thing I always do forget, and we will do now. In order to make that last exchange, we would have to push him an inch back and move her an inch forward, and she's going to stand on this little dais here. Dais, the thing. She's going to stand on the thing. And Rosalind is going to come out here and do the same thing. She's going to go second burst, same as the first. So let's do some exchanges. First exchange. That is a winner. Goes over the armor. Plus, oh, bastard sword. Nope, still doesn't get over the toughness. Okay, well, there goes that. Second exchange. That would be, oh, it wins. Okay, third exchange. Oh no, that's a hit on Rosalind. That meets her armor, which I believe does it. Give me a second. Okay, so Rosalind is stunned, and so that takes her. She is going to be stunned, which is not going to be good for the next attack because I believe that first Tomb Guard, Eternal Guard, excuse me, is within range. So we'll see if that goes off here. So it can move 3. Oh yeah, so unfortunately that gives it a +1 to hit her, and we're going to do some exchanges. So here we go, first exchange. It wins that exchange. Armor does not beat her armor. All right, does push her back an inch, and obviously it's going to follow up. Second exchange, she wins that one. Third exchange, she gets it, beats its armor, and its toughness is 4. Oh, still not enough, even with the +1 from a bastard sword. Okay, well, there is that. So I'm going to have to risk this. I'm going to have Graven move up to where he's in line of sight, And I'm going to have him cast Bind on this center Tomb Guard, Eternal Guard, so I can bind all 3 of these. So we're going to roll 2d6. We need an 8+. That'll do it. It's a 6 and a 5, and he gets a +2 for his spell casting. So hopefully this time I will remember that when I place this die here next to these guys, they need to be they need to roll in order to get this. So the next is going to be the unique foe, and that is going to be the Grim Knight. The Grim Knight is going to move up and attack Leliana. So yeah, he definitely can get in there and reach her. So here we go. First exchange, Leliana is at a +2 and the Grim Knight is at a +2 as well. So that's her for the win. So second exchange, that is actually a tie. So she's going to be pushed, but she can't be pushed because, oh, that's going to stun her. Shoot. Well, all right. Third exchange. Oh, that's a tie. Okay. Well, okay. Now the other Tomb Guard is going to walk up here behind the other one. And that is that round. First off, we're going to roll a d6 to see if we attract another foe. We do not. And initiative. Ooh. Okay, we only got 1 going, so I'm going to assign this to the Fey Blood. Okay, we at least have the potential of 2 people going first. Graven and Rosalind are the only 2 that have agility 2, so they are going to go first. And I think what we're going to do here is, I think we're going to have, I have 2 choices. I can either have Graven cast darts on himself, or I can move him up and cast shadows on someone to try and get someone into a more advantageous position for attack. I am getting surrounded here though, so we do need to get rid of some guys. I'm going to have him cast darts on himself. So I've decided to go against the darts, and I am actually going to cast shadows on Bork, and that gives him a 4-inch move through walls as well. So I need a 6+. That's plenty. That's a 5 and a 6 and a +2. So we're going to move Bork up 4 inches. Bork is going to go 4 inches through the wall up to here, and that will help. So that's Graven, and we're going to move to Rosalind. Now Rosalind, I'm going to have to look up the undead and see if they can actually, I believe that I get a +1 bonus to her attack because Bork is in combat with that Tomb Guard. So the exchange with the Tomb Guard, or I'm sorry, the Eternal Guard, I keep calling them Tomb Guard, they have +2 combat, but Rosalind is going to get a +1 because she has Bork backing her up. So here we go. That unfortunately means he is going to get that one. So second exchange, she wins it. Third exchange, she gets an attack off. Awesome. And armor, good. And toughness, good. She got him. First off, we're going to try and see if any of the Eternal Guards can get out. So they need a 6+. No, for the first one. Ah, yes, this guy is out, so he's going to move up and attack Bork. Poor Bork. And the third one, no, he does not get out. Alrighty, that's not good for Bork. So we're going to do an exchange here. Old Bork is at a +0, and it is at a +2. Well, Bork wins that one. Attack off. Oops. Well, it wins the second exchange. And tie in the third exchange. Now, that is going to push Bork back, and actually he would have been stunned, but so that would have been... No, that wouldn't have affected the outcome any. Even if he was stunned on that second attack. That is him. So this Tomb Guard is going to go after probably Rosalind. +2 versus her +1. Oh, it gets it. Does not hit her arm, does not beat her armor, but it does stun her. And third exchange. It wins that one. Beats her armor. Oh. Oh no. Rosalind is out. So Rosalind gets taken out. And unfortunately that puts a Tomb Shade back in play. This is not looking good. So the captain is going to attack Leliana, and actually this guy will be able to come in and attack her as well. So they're both going to get a +1. I probably should not have charged in there. So first off, the captain. Oh, he gets that one. Overcomes armor. And she is now wounded. Alright. And exchange with the other Eternal Guard. That is going to be a tie. Actually, no, he wins that one. Overcomes her armor. And she is out. Oh no, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. So the Tomb Shade, they actually regenerate as well. So you have to flat out kill them in one round or they will come back. Wow. So the Tomb Shades can't reach Bork. They're gonna come through here and attack the Preen. So first one attack here, and the second one is going to go for the Preen as well. Actually, well, so they would negate their bonus because he's got Whisper right next to him. So the Tomb Shade is at +1, and the Preen is at +2. Oh, still wins. Armor? Nope, does not beat his armor. He is wearing light armor. Okay, second exchange. That would be in his favor. Third exchange. He gets an attack off. Overcomes armor. And does a wound. Okay. Now, keeping in mind that in order to get this thing out, we do have to do another wound to it. So now that it is my turn, I am going to go ahead and have the Preen do another exchange. Why not? He's gonna fight that same Tomb Shade, and he wins that one. Overcomes armor, and down it goes. All right. Now the Quiet Forester is going to. She is going to back up and shoot that Tomb Shade. Let's see, that is a... Yeah, that's going to do it because she's at a +2. That gets its armor. And does not get its toughness, though. Alright. Well, now that leaves Bork. Now, Bork is trapped, so he's going to go for this, go for the Tomb Shade that's in front here, who's wounded. That is a successful attack. That beats the armor. Does not beat the toughness. Second exchange. Gets off an attack. Does not beat the armor. move here. Third exchange. He gets off an attack. Beats the armor. And does the second wound to it. So he takes down a Tomb Guard. Or an Eternal Guard, excuse me. So end of the round, we're not looking so good. The question is, do we stick around or do we try and flee? Well, that second Tomb Guard is free to move. Bork is about to be surrounded. Well, let's do some creative positioning and see what happens. All right, initiative. Well, okay, we got two. Oh, I forgot. Shoot. Okay, now we gotta re-roll that because I have two people that are down. Let's try that again. Oh, that's not good. All right. So everyone gets to go before us. This guy is free. So, but he is already in combat with Bork. Let's see. This one back here is not out. And I'm going to go ahead and move for the rest of these guys because they're about to gang up on old Bork here. Ooh, boy. All right. All right, first exchange for the first Tomb Guard, or Eternal Guard. Bork wins that one. And he gets off an attack. Does not get the armor. He does push the guy back 1 inch though, and he will not follow up. Second Tomb Guard gets an attack off. Does not hit the armor because Bork is wearing... Oh, Bork is stunned though. So the Grim Knight here is going to get a +1 because Bork is stunned. So the Grim Knight is at a combat skill of +2, so he's going to be at a +3. Bork pulls it off. That's amazing. Armor. Yep. Toughness of 4. He wounds him. Okay. That is crazy. He can't be pushed back 1 because he's right behind a pillar. Here you can see that. So he is right behind that pillar, in front of the pillar there, so he can't be moved. Now, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, we're gonna have to do some creative positioning here. So we're gonna have, I think, the preen go first. Yeah, we're gonna have the preen go first. The preen is going to make an exchange with this tomb shade. Okay, so exchange 1. Tomb shade gets it. Exchange 2. That would be the preen gets it. Armor, yes. Toughness. No, does not get toughness. Okay, and third exchange. That would be in the favor of the preen. Armor, yep. Toughness, no. Okay, well, shoot. We do push him back 1. And then we will have the Quiet Forester take a shot. That is going to hit. That will do the armor. And that will hit the toughness, so that at least wounds it, but unfortunately it regenerates, so we're going to have Graven step up and schmack it. See, Graven has a staff, so he is at a -1 here. So it's going to be -1 +1, except for the preen is currently in combat with it as well. So it's going to be it's going to be +1 to 0. Oh, that's it. It does get the attack off. He's wearing what? He's wearing partial armor, so that goes over his armor. And does not beat his toughness. Actually doesn't even match his toughness, which is good. His toughness is 3. All right, second exchange, or no, I'm sorry, third exchange. Well, no, it gets a +1, so that's in its favor. It hits. Matches his armor. No, actually, he's in partial armor, so I thought he was in light. No, he's in partial, so that goes over his armor, but does not break his toughness. So he will be pushed back an inch. All right, Bork is going to move back through the door over to here next to the Tomb Guard and kind of block the door like the meat shield that he is. And he's going to exchange with the Tomb Guardian because the Tomb Guardian is wounded. Tomb Shade. That is going to be a tie, which will push the defender back 1, and Bork will follow up. That does leave the door open, but we'll see. Second exchange in Bork's favor. Armor is good. Toughness is good. So Bork takes down a Tomb Shade. Very good. Top of the round before initiative, we're looking a little bit better, but not by much. We have not explored any of the markers, but we have all of these guys on us. So we're gonna move on and see what happens. Oh my. That is no good. So obviously the first thing that's going to happen is one of these guys is going to move through. Now this guy is wounded, but I'm going to have him move into the door. And these guys are going to follow up. This one will follow up. This one, we got a roll for him. Does he get out? He does not. That was a 5. So this guy over here is still stuck. Now for some exchanges. So Bork versus the Grim Knight. And here we go. That is going to be a win for old Bork. Armor. His armor is 3. That does not beat his armor. Second exchange. That is a win for Bork again. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I did that last one wrong. That is a successful attack. Armor is good. And oh, he takes out the leader. Whoa, extra XP for Bork. Very cool. Now during that, of course, the leader was, as you can see here, pushed up against the wall, and they cannot be stunned because they're undead. So obviously he was just going to hang out there. Now this guy is, well, he's not really in range, but we're going to move on to our exchange to our turn and see what happens. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to have Whisper take a shot first. I think that's what we're going to do. So Whisper's taking a shot. Success. No armor. All right. The Preen is going to take a shot. Success. Armor. No joy on the toughness. All right. Graven is going to move and take a shot as well. No joy. All right. And then Bork is going to move up into the door and do an exchange with the Eternal Guard. So exchange. That will go in the favor of the Eternal Guard. That goes back in the favor of Bork. And I'm going to push Bork back 1 inch, and the Tomb Guard will be in the room now with everyone else. Pardon my reach here in front of the camera. And that, as you can see, is how we're positioned right now. So, last exchange. That goes in the favor of the Tomb Guard. So, that is armor. Does not beat his toughness. Whew. Man, alright. So that was our turn. believe. Initiative time. Oh, I am terrible at this initiative thing. Everybody goes last again. Okay, here we go. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this exchange, but this guy is going to, of course, come into the room. So he's pretty much in the doorway at this point. This one, we're going to roll and see if he gets out. He does not. That is a 1. So we're going to roll this exchange, see what happens. So the Eternal Guard attacking Bork. Oh, goes in Bork's favor. Oh, okay, armor. All right. Wow. Look at Bork. That wounds this guy. Okay, second exchange. Goes in the Tomb Guard becomes the attacker. Now he can't move backwards, obviously, because the other Tomb Guard is in the way. So last exchange, Tomb Guard gets it. Does overcome armor. Oh, does not overcome toughness. I swear, Bork is the luckiest. I swear, man. All right, so there's only one Tomb Guard in the room. The other Tomb Guard hasn't gotten to us yet. I'm going to go ahead and roll this exchange again. So this is Bork attacking the Tomb Guard. That's going to go in the Tomb Guard's favor because he has a +2 to combat. So his second exchange, he attacks. That's 6 full attack. Hits the armor. Oh no. Bork is down. I repeat, Bork is down. Oh, okay, poor Bork. Well, that leaves us with 3 ranged weapons. So the Preen is going to take a shot, and keep in mind this is a +2. That's a hit. Does not hit armor. Graven, that's a hit. Hits the armor. Takes him out. Okay. And the Quiet Forester takes a shot at the other Eternal Guard. Hits. Armor. Oh, does not hit toughness. Okay. Alright, bottom of the round. This is how we're looking. Let me adjust just a little bit. We've still got this Tomb Guard here that is active. This one is still bound. And we're going to roll initiative. Come on with some 1s or 2s. All right, a 1 and a 2 and a 5. All right. So we're going to have the Quiet Forester and Graven go first, and then the Preen will go after the Tomb Guard. So first off, we're going to have Whisper. That is a successful hit. That does the armor. And that does not beat toughness. Alright. Well, okay. Graven's turn. Self bow. Hit. Does not beat armor. Goodness. Alright, well. So the Tomb Guard in the back cannot get out. This one is going to come in and get all up in the Preen's business. Actually, he should be turned this way. And this way. All right. Exchanges. So this is going to be a +2 to +2. Its favor. Oh, overcomes armor. And that does overcome toughness as well. The Preen is wounded. All right. So second stage, second exchange. Goes in the favor of the guard again. Does not hit armor. Third exchange. Goes in Vondra's favor. That is that beats armor. Oh no, I'm sorry. Attack. Okay, successful attack. Does not beat armor. Shoot. Well. Now it's time for Vondra to have a go at it. So +2/+2 goes in Vondra's favor. Beats armor. Does not beat toughness. Second exchange. Oh, he is going to move and follow up. Boop. Goes in its favor. Third exchange. Goes in Vondra's favor. Goes in its favor. I gotta check and see if you keep looping this or not. That's successful attack. Beats armor. Does not beat toughness. Whew, that was close. Goodness gracious. So this is what we look like at the bottom of the round, and we're about to roll initiative again. Things have gotten very, very hairy very quickly. Initiative time. 4-3. Oh, okay. Well, I can at least make Graven go first. Graven is going to take a shot at the Tomb Guard. That is not going to do it. Actually, no, yeah, that's not going to do it. Okay, Tomb Guard. Let's see if it can break free. Cannot. So, taking a shot. Or, actually, no, this is the Tomb Guard attacking Vondra. That would go in Vondra's favor. And it would become the attacker again. So that would be pushed back and then pushed back again. So we're back where we started. And then that would be a draw. So Vondra gets pushed back one. And we move on to Vondra and Whisper's turn. So Whisper is going to take a shot. And, oh, no, quiver. Wait, large quiver. So she still has one more shot left. She still has she has a large quiver. All right. The preen is going to let's engage. Why not? That is successful and beats armor and hits toughness. Okay, so it is wounded and he is wounded at the same time. So that was the first exchange. So second exchange, he's going to follow up. Successful. Beats armor. Does not beat toughness. Shoot. Okay. Does back them up into the doorway. And then last exchange. That goes in its favor. Oh no, I'm sorry, we're out of exchanges. Goodness gracious. I need to keep track of this. Alright, well that was his turn. Wow. So Vondra is in a very precarious place here. Since I'm here and recording, I'm going to just go ahead and see if this guy can get out. No, that is a 4. So that Eternal Guard cannot get out still. So Bind has done me some real good in this particular instance. So let's roll some initiative. Alright, I can at least get Graven and one other to go first. Good. Graven is going to attempt a heal. So I need a 6+. That will do it. Very good. That is good. And I'm going to have Graven follow up by moving as well. And I will have the Quiet Forester take a shot at the Eternal Guard. Successful. Armor. Does not beat toughness. Wow. Okay. So we're still right about here, and I'll move these wound markers up. Oh, well, Vondra is good now because there's no wound marker on Vondra. Now, did Graven attract an enemy? No. Very good. So, we're going to move on to exchanges. The Tomb Guard is going to attack Vondra. Successful. Beats armor. Matches toughness, so that's going to be stunned. Second exchange. That is a no. Stun gives a +1, so that's in its favor. Does not. Oh wait, that does beat that matches armor. So yeah, Vondra is going to be wounded. again. Shoot. Third exchange. Oh man. Okay, beats armor. Oh no. No. The preen has been taken out. Okay, so that leaves Graven and the Quiet Forester. Wow. So we're back around to initiatives again because I've only got one enemy that can move. Alright, well, I can put Graven first, at least. So we're going to go here. We're going to roll this all at once. We're going to go armor, hit, armor, and toughness, and we're going to have that exchanger. I think, you know what? No, you know what? I was going to have Graven move in, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that at all. We're going to do another shot. So, shot. That is a shot. That's good with Graven. Beats armor. And beats toughness. Okay, Graven takes out that guy. And let's see if the other Tomb Guard can get out. He cannot. Tomb Guard, darn it. Eternal Guard. Eternal Guard. So we are going to have Graven follow up by moving up 3. And we're also going to have the Quiet Forester move her 3 and take a beat on this guy, take her last shot. Last shot, make it count. That would be a hit with +2. That's armor. Oh, the Quiet Forester pulls through. So with her last shot, she takes out the last of the Eternal Guard. Now, that leaves, I mean, pretty much at this point, we're free roam until we start exploring markers. So that's what we're going to do. So Graven has 1 strand left because he cast Bind and then darts. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Graven and the Quiet Forester Whisper move up, and we're going to start exploring some markers. Exploration time. 32. An item. Okay. An item just happens to be lying on the ground, just dropped by an adventurer or a careless foe. Odd. Oh, odd. What's next? Finding a magical sword in a random troll cave. Okay. So we're going to make a loot roll. Let's look up the loot table. Loot roll it is. 34 is going to be weapons. Alright. Let's see. That is a 59. 59. Improved War Spear. Alright, roll a d6. It's either balanced or quick. Balanced. So we have a balanced improved War Spear. Not bad. So that is this objective marker explored. And we shall move our 2 intrepid remainder adventurers over here and explore this one. So let's do some exploring. Once again, 81. Pardon me while I get back to the right page. 81 is a guarded stash. Uh-oh. You see something glinting in the dark. You have found valuables, but they are also defended. Place a marker at the most distant point at the table the character can draw a line of sight to. Then place 3 enemy melee troopers within 2 inches of the marker as unaware sentries. A character moving into contact with the marker may claim 3 loot rolls. Alright, well, wow. So our farthest line of sight is all the way back here. Which is... that is crazy. So we're going to take one of these handy dandy physical loot tokens and we're going to pop it right back here along with 3 sentries. Let's roll some sentries. from the Lurking Foes table. 87. 3 delve crawlers. Oh goodness. Alright. So, as you can see, we have our 3 delve crawlers over here. Now, delve crawlers are pretty basic. They are pretty tough. They have good armor. They're webbed, slippery, and crawling. The thing is, they're not within line of sight, so I don't know if I'm going to risk it for the loot roll in this particular instance, because I'm down a few. So I am going to mark that as explored. They are sentries, so they're not going to move. So I'm going to come over here, and we're going to explore this marker together. Yay, fun. So this one right over here. And as they explore the room, oh, lo and behold, there are the stairs down. Haha. Here we go. We got a 20, which is an obstacle. Some type of obstacle, such as webs, unsafe floors, or swampy ground. It extends 2 inches in every direction. We have to make a pathwise test to get out of it. Now, this pretty much is going to be the end of the delve for me, because I don't think I'm going to risk any more explorations. I have done my 3, so I'm going to actually call it here and say they escaped. So this is what the end of the delve looks like, and I will be back in just a moment to do the final countdown and go through all the aftermath. We'll see what happens to everybody. Okay, so that was hairy. I knew that the dice were going to run against me there at some point, but that was a pretty sick fight. It was the Eternal Guards are nothing to sniff at, and the Tomb Shades are also nothing to sniff at either. They're very resilient. So everyone ends up getting 2 XP except for Bork. Bork gets an extra 1 because Bork took out the Grim Knight. Vandra ended up with a serious wound and would be out for 2 turns. Leliana's fine sword is no longer fine. She ended up with item damage. Whisper took a light wound, which would take her out for 1 turn. And Bork was, unfortunately, Bork was going to die. So I ended up using the Silver Leaf to re-roll that, and he got a knocked out, which is great. Now, in the aftermath, Leliana actually gained an advancement, and she ended up with skill selection, and I picked Wits because since she's a Fey Blood, she gets +1 to Wits, and that would end up giving her +3, which is good. The loot we got was Fey Steel Full Armor, which sounds amazing. I'm going to look that up. We got an unusual find, which is a strange sack. And inside of said sack, we got a quick improved standard weapon. And local events. So when I rolled up in local events, Tavern Owner shows off. So basically, I get 2 campaign turns with no upkeep cost because there's a tavern keep that's basically, here, eat. I'm well to do, and you guys are great. That kind of thing. So cool. So I ended up taking 4 events. Amazingly enough, I took 3 studies and I passed all 3 rolls. So Graven ended up with Scholar and Alchemy, and I gave Roslyn expertise. I also used 1 action to train for the Preen, for Vandra, and he ended up getting an advancement. So +1 XP there. And his advancement, let me pull his sheet up here because I don't remember what it is offhand. Oh, well, I have not rolled his advancement yet, so I will roll his second advancement at some point soon. And I'll make sure I put that in the next video. So news travels, I got a quest. A quest. I'm excited. So the quest is a new location, and we're going to make that, we'll put that on the next map and get that out there. So at the start of the 3rd scenario here, I ended up with 5 gold marks and 4 story points and 10 adventure points. I am now sitting at 5 gold marks, 5 story points, and 12 adventure points. And that's going to be at the start of the next scenario. So I did already roll the travel, and for traveling to the quest, there actually nothing happens, which is kind of boring, but it happens. Whatever. So we're gonna go from here. We're gonna next episode. We're going to take on a quest with our valiant heroes. I'm actually quite excited. So I will see you next episode. And please, like I said, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.